味わえ。
抑えられない。
消すだけ。今の俺は雷すらも手なずける。
Yo, what is good, ladies and gentlemen? This video is going to be talking about the best special Shinobi for the Sam. And as you can see, these three characters are the special Shinobi for the Sam. Now, if you guys have seen every one of my full care reviews, I mean, Obito is not released yet, should be released within the next 24 hours with his full recap review. But for the other two characters, they were also worth it to summon on. So basically, today we are going to be ranking them up from the best to the worst. And if you're looking for the best non-special Shinobi video, it's going to be released also within the next 24 hours. Hopefully, I'm done with the editing tomorrow. And yeah, fingers crossed. Now, before we get into the best character here, you need to know that the highest weakness of the Sam boss is the impact nature by 30%, while the other two natures of the ultimates for Sasuke and Obito are only weakened by 15%. So you can tell Ren's ultimate does the highest damage between the other two. I mean, it's like the enemy is weak to the ultimate of Ren more than the other two. However, the other two actually had better multipliers, so that's why Ren got a multiplier of her ultimate of 7 times. So her ultimate's power got multiplied by 7, and originally it was only the standard damage, so it was 1 time the standard damage, and the damage was divided over the 2 heads. One of the heads were like had a really small range, so it was really hard to hit. And I'm really glad she got that huge multiplier, so she would be balanced somehow. But she ended up being the best character anyway, because if you guys remember, I told you she's gonna have a really great combo for the Sam. She would use her ultimate, debuff the enemy's defense. The effect is large, which is 15 seconds. And by 90% defense, so the enemy loses 90% of their defense, and in that 15 seconds you also have the ability to use your jutsu by half the time, or half the cooldown. And in that case, you're gonna use your shotgun attack, the Mad Kunai Dance, and that's, by the way, one other card. Like the ultimate and the Mad Kunai Dance, you can only get them using Shinobites by summoning, of course. Really funny, like Bandai is telling you, if you want to be the best in the Sam, you have to summon. For the characters, you'd normally get their stuff for free, right? So yeah, the Mad Kunai Dance is doing most of the damage, most of the work, because of its shotgun effect, and the fact that it has the large effect of attack post. So what you want to do with Ren is you start the game and wait for the Sam boss to come and attack you. Sometimes he just retreats back and roar. As soon as he roars, just make sure to use your kunai to get away from the roar, because you have the effect, the iframe effect, which means you don't get damaged by the roar. Plus, you get the effect of the attack boast. So you boast your own attack. Then, as soon as the Sam boss tries to attack you or runs towards you, use your ultimate. You most of the time you're gonna hit both the heads, because when the enemy is like very near to you, the first hit, even though it has really small range, it does hit as well. So yeah, you're basically doing the full damage there. Then you have 15 seconds of the enemy's defense being debuffed by 90%. You want to spam the kunai as much as possible. Try to level it up to level 8, and from there you're basically destroying around 3 or 4 million of the HP of the Sam boss. Now, if you sometimes you end up with some few more HP to kill, you can use the kunai more to finish it off, or you can just simply wait until the ultimate comes back and do the same thing again. But most of the time you're gonna be able to finish up to level 37 or 38 with just one combo of the ultimate and the kunai. Sometimes you end up having to use it twice, because the Sam boss has more HP at higher level, like 39, 40. But yeah, Ren in general with only level 1 is doing crazy good job this Sam. and it was predictable. Like you could have actually tell that she would have this great combo in his Sam, and I think in a lot of other Sams she's gonna be useful as well because of this great combo she has.
抑えられない。いっけー、いっけー、いっけー。
Alright, next up we have the second best character for the Sam, which is Obito Uchiha, and unlike Ren, he doesn't have defense debuff in his kit. However, he relies on the damage in his ultimate, which is way better than the ultimate of Ren when it comes to actual damage, because of the fact that it has double the standard damage originally, and if you have the enemy affected with damage over time effect, he does double that as well, so that means he would get up to 4 times. So 4 times the standard damage, and then his ultimate got multiplied by 3, so 4 times 3, that's 12. His ultimate basically does 12 times the damage, and he has a really great base power of 5,300, I believe. And yeah, that's basically even higher than Ren. So when it comes to damage from the ultimate, Obito takes the cake here, and he does better damage than Ren. But he doesn't have defense debuff, and he doesn't have a shotgun attack. He, however, relies for the rest of the time on his Firestyle dancing plays. Now, just keep in mind that you need to inflict the enemy with damage over time effect before you use the ultimate, and you can get up to 2 million damage from just level 1. Minus level 7, it does around 3 million. I'm guessing level 8 would do 3 point something million. But yeah, you would do a lot of damage using the damage return effect as well. You can either use the Firestyle dancing plays from his new kit, or the old one, I believe, let me check the name real quick here. It was called the Bomb Blast Dance. So you can use any of these to inflict the damage return effect, and from there you have to use the ultimate, and of course you can use the ultimate from anywhere in the map because it covers the whole map anyway. Of course, if you have the Firestyle dancing plays, you would do even more damage. Of course, you're not going to teleport with it because it's a closed floor. You don't really get anywhere else. So yeah, you basically do the damage wherever you use it. You inflict the DOT with any of the hits, and you leave a damaging area that can be stacked by other damaging area every 3 seconds, and you can do a lot of damage using that. So yeah, basically that's you can actually use this. If you don't have the ultimate, you can just use the Firestyle dancing plays if you didn't get the ultimate. And I'm pretty sure you'll get a lot of points anyway. Same thing for the other Firestyle. You can also use the other Firestyle to do just damage over time effect. It's not going to do damage originally because of the fact that it's manipulate nature. But the DOT, the effect from that Firestyle, will get you a lot of points as well. So yeah, that's basically Obito, and he is in the second place. Alright, coming up to the last character of this Sam, which is Sasuke Uchiha versus Itachi. He is in the last place because of the fact that he doesn't have either DOT or defense debuff, but he has the best shotgun, almost one of the best shotguns in the game now. Sadly, he doesn't have defense debuff in his kit, neither the old nor the new one, but he will basically be relying on his ultimate. And to be honest, if you don't have his ultimate high level, you will probably have a problem getting the Sam boss at level 40 to be killed within 1 session. You might have to kill it over 2 sessions, so he basically is really slow. He still, however, gets the same amount of points as Ren. Obito, of course, gets the lowest amount of points, but he's decent overall. The kunai does a lot of damage. It just needed that defense debuff to actually make it OP, because this one does 10 times the standard damage. I believe the one from Ren was like 2.5 the standard damage. So this one would have done way more damage if he had the defense debuffer in the team, or in his kit, because most people like to go solo. So yeah, Sasuke sadly ends up being the worst character for this month in general. Like, all of them were worth summoning on, even for attack mission, but then Sasuke sadly ends up being the last one. And you can tell, like, they released him first, then they kind of released Ren after that, because she was more of an upgrade from Sasuke in both Attack Mission and Sam. And then they released Obito, which is, I wouldn't say better than Ren because he has a really different style from Ren. And I would say Ren is still better than him, better than Obito, of course. But I would say Obito is also better than Sasuke. So yeah, it's they're just going from lower up to higher, and I guess the next month we might even see better characters coming up. So prepare your Shinobites, or just, I don't know, turn off the game and don't play for the next month and wait until the anniversary, because you're probably going to be really tempted to use your Shinobites, especially that we might have a second Minato come to the game, the KLM Minato, and maybe some good recats like Hashirama's recat or Tobirama's recat as well. And then at that point you will not be able to just save your Shinobites anymore for the new characters in the anniversary. But there you go, guys. This was the list of the best special Shinobi for the Sam, and again, Ren is the best, Obito comes in the second place, and Sasuke just didn't make it to the best too.
今の俺は雷すらも手なずける。
やめるな。